What? Bianchi and Kravitz at noontime? No, it's not Colin Cowherd. It is Bianchi and Kravitz, the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show. We don't need no Colin Cowherd, all right? We're usually on from 3 to 6. We know that. But today, a very special occasion, and we've been preempted by UCF basketball. They opened the Big 12 tournament today starting around 3 p.m. That'll be carried right here on FM 96.9, the game AM 740. They'll be playing Cincinnati. So we are going from 12 to 2:30 today. It's a special lunchtime edition of Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I'm Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. He is Kravitz, Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media. Primetime Jaden Grimes, he's with us right here today on location. We'll tell you where we are in momentarily. He's the What is he today? Is he the master engineer today?
Jaden Grimes is the promotions engineer.
Promotions engineer today.
Okay.
Yeah. Our executive producer back in the studio, Aaron Walker. Aaron, no mistakes today, okay? This is your first big assignment here on the station, so no mistakes today, Aaron. Are you ready for it? Aaron is ready for it. Okay. All right. We are live, loud, and on location from Harp and Celt in downtown Orlando, the premier soccer watching bar in Orlando. We're going to have a watch party today for the Champions League soccer matches. You're probably thinking, why are Bianchi and Kravitz at a Champions League watch party today? Well, because it's all part of the Road to 26 World Cup in the United States, and Orlando is part of that Road to 26 because we have a couple of huge matches in Orlando coming up later this month. We've got Colombia versus Croatia at Camping World Stadium as those two national teams get ready for the World Cup. That match will be March 26th. And then on March 31st, the storied Brazilian national team will take on Croatia. And get this, for the people who show up at the watch party here at Harp and Celt today, we are going to give you a chance to win tickets to Brazil versus Croatia. And believe me, that is going to be a tough ticket to get. So get on down here to Harp and Celt, 25 South Magnolia Avenue. We'll be broadcasting from noon to 3. But, Kravs, we're going to hang out a little bit afterwards.
Wow, you think I'm just gonna leave when Paris Saint-Germain takes the pitch? That's not happening around here. Not with all the Guinness and Smittix flying around. I'm gonna have to try and monitor myself because I do have a Magic game tonight. Big one. They take on the Cleveland Cavaliers, but this is exciting. This is right in the wheelhouse of what I would call my energetic prime in the day. I would love to boot Colin off the air every day and go live from noon to 3, I think, or noon to 2:30 today for UCF pregame. But I'm excited. I'm revved up, ready to go. I've heard great things about the roast beef sandwiches here at Harp and Celt, so that's definitely going to happen as well. Yeah, a little melted cheese action. I'm into that.
Absolutely. Can't wait to taste it. You know, I'm not a big Guinness fan, but just because
you're going to do it,
I may have one Guinness, all right? So we'll see what happens.
One in Rome.
Yeah. All right, we got some big matches in the Champions League. The premier match, obviously, tonight, Real Madrid versus Man City. So that's the one everybody's looking forward to. But they're going to have the Champions League games all day and all night long here at Harp and Celt. So get on out here. Right now, though, let's do some headlines and highlights. Let's start with UCF basketball, if you don't mind, Brandon Kravitz. They gear up for the Big 12 men's basketball tournament today, 3 p.m. They face Cincinnati. 3 consecutive losses to end the regular season have significantly impacted UCF's chances of making the NCAA tournament. We once thought they were a shoo-in to get into the field. Now, as they ready for today's game, Joe Lunardi, the ESPN bracketologist, here's what he told some of the writers earlier this week about UCF. Quote, 1 win and they should be safe. 2 wins should help them avoid Dayton in the first 4. That would be the prescription for them. He also indicated 1 and done in the Big 12 tournament and they could be out. They should probably still be in, even if they lose today, when you look at their resume, but you don't want to leave it up to the selection committee.
No, we're actually there's a lot of similarities here between UCF men's basketball team and the end of their season and Team USA and the World Baseball Classic. Still could potentially advance in their respective tournaments, but they have now given power to other programs. So there's a similarity, and I'm sure that we'll talk about the Team USA side in a bit, but I'm surprised to see, I like to follow the odds, Mike. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati's favored today.
So UCF has wet the bed coming down the stretch. They've
been so good on the season. It's not like Cincinnati's been great, and this game's not in Cincinnati. This is a neutral site. I'm surprised to see that, but I guess that does go to show that the odds makers typically have a better grasp on who's good and who isn't and how good a team actually is, as opposed to those judging resumes blindly. And the resume for UCF is better than Cincinnati, but the guys who set the lines where there's real money involved are telling you Cincinnati's the better team. Not by much. It's only a 2.5-point spread. I was still surprised to see that. Absolute must win, obviously, for UCF. I mean, they're eliminated from the Big 12 tournament if they lose, but as you mentioned, bigger fish to fry with March Madness coming up.
By the way, Florida State in the ACC tournament tonight, they take on Cal. They've been one of the hottest teams in the country, winning 9 of their last 11 games, including 3 in a row to end the season. I still think FSU, though, they would probably need to win the the ACC tournament to get into the field. They've got Cal tonight, and if they win, they'll face number 1 Duke tomorrow. So, yeah, FSU's got their work cut out for them. I don't think they're going to get in the tournament.
Yeah, I've been skeptical on them. You talk about a resume that's not that impressive, that would be Florida State's. So they need every bit of assistance in advancing through the ACC tournament in order to make it. I've never really been all that blown away with what they've put together this season.
By the way, you were talking about Team USA losing in the World Baseball Classic last night. I was on the phone with Uncle Paulie last night. We were, even though we're rooting for USA, it was kind of good to see the mother country, the Italianos, beat. Paulie was fired up about it last night.
Listen, Mikey. It's not every day that you watch Jack Caglione hit the ball over the fence, okay? Yeah, we had ourselves a nice little espresso party. Take that, America. How you like them big apples?
By the way, Jack Caglione, he did hit a home run last night. Former Gator playing for Italy, and Italy wins the game 8-6. I read something how Team USA, they need Italy tonight. They need Italy to beat Mexico, and then Team USA gets in. But if Mexico wins and scores 5 or more runs, then the U.S. gets in with Mexico.
Right.
But if Mexico scores 4 or less runs, U.S. is out.
And so the problem is that Team USA's manager did not realize this last night and basically admitted that in the postgame. It was a little whoopsie-doo that he didn't realize they started kind of pulling back as far as who he was throwing out there towards the end of the game, and they needed to suppress Italy's run total so that they gave themselves a better chance. And that
by rallying, though, didn't that help them?
For Team USA?
Yeah, they were down 8-1.
Yeah, well, it could be worse for them today than it is, but it's still, the power's out of their hands. They have to sit back and watch Italy and Mexico essentially control their fate. So we're all Italian fans today. This it isn't just the World Baseball Classic, but it'd be a little embarrassing. This isn't like I was thinking about comparing it to when Team USA lost or got the bronze in the Olympics. But that wasn't our best team. It was a good team. It wasn't the best team. And then the redeemed team, the stars came back out to play.
Right.
These are the stars.
Yes, exactly.
These guys are not supposed to lose. But, I mean, look, it seems.
Especially to Italy.
Well, Italy's got some major leaguers, though. So I think when you see the way that some of these teams are filled with major leaguers who just had a great, like Jack Caglione. Like what his grandma was from Italy,
Right.
So they spread this out so that everybody could get involved. I don't think it's anything to go too crazy about, but clearly Team USA should be able to advance with that roster.
Real quick, big news in the NFL. We heard it last night or yesterday afternoon. The Vegas Raiders announced that the Ravens backed out of the trade that would have put Max Crosby in Baltimore. The reason they backed out, supposedly there were some medical concerns after Max Crosby took his physical in Baltimore. And then the Ravens pivoted today and said, the hell with Max Crosby. We're going to sign defensive end Trey Hendrickson of the Bengals to a 4-year, $112 million deal. Kravitz, I just went shopping for I just bought a house, right? But there was one house before I bought this one that I was interested in. It was really nice, had a nice view of a lake, but there were some things wrong with it, all right? And so I still made the offer on it. They accepted, and then the inspection came, all right? And I was starting to get cold feet because it was going to take a lot of work on this house. The inspection came. They found some things wrong with it, and I said, oh, I'm out. I think that's what happened with the Ravens. With Max Crosby, I think they got cold feet for whatever reason.
Yeah, well, they got cold feet because he failed his inspection.
Right.
So they
they found a little something.
I said failed his inspection because of what you just said. They failed his physical.
Well, they found a little something wrong that made them think, okay, I really wasn't fired up about giving up 2 first-round draft picks anyway.
Do you think maybe they overspent on a guy that's had like 4 major surgeries in his career?
Yeah, I think that's what
I'm shocked that he failed the physical.
And then they found
I don't think they should be able to go back on this.
Huh?
I think this is a no backseat situation. You already made the deal. I don't think
but you already made the deal, but it's not official until the league year starts today, right?
Yeah.
So, 4 p.m. I think is when it becomes official.
Right, and I get it. Technically, you got to pass your physical and all of that. But if you decide that you're good with a deal, then I think that you should have to sit with it.
Not if the inspector finds something, even if it's a little tiny thing. If you want to back out.
So I mean, to that point, if you're comparing, I like the house comparison because you could go, okay, I love the house, I love the neighborhood, it's got all of the specs that I'm looking for. But when you go and look at a house. And your realtors take you around and they go, look at how beautiful the kitchen is. And there's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
You can't see that the plumbing is trash. You don't know when you're walking around. You don't know. I remember when we bought a house, our new house we've been in for about 2 years now. There was one place that we fell in love with. It was in the area that we wanted. It had the space that we wanted. There was even this bonus room that we were already thinking about what we could do with it. And then all of a sudden, I saw 2 giant cockroaches streaking across the wall. And I thought, that's probably not good. And I checked with my bug guy, Joe, and he said, I explained what they looked like. He said, those are German cockroaches. You don't want to live there. Actually, I think the Germans are small. Don't get hung up on the size of the roach. The problem...
those were palmetto bugs is what those were.
I was overstating how big the bug was. But the problem is that they had a roach problem. They had an infestation. You don't want to move into a place with an infestation. So we backed out. So this is, it's basically like Max Crosby's got a roach problem.
You know what? I disagree with that. You're in Florida. You're going to have some bugs. Stop.
This isn't a beetle. Okay?
All right. Those are your highlights and headlines.
Yeah, just like, hey, you're making deals for rugged and rough defensive ends. You think he's going to have some knee issues? Nearing 30 years old, of course. Up next, Bam Adebayo had a historic night for the Miami Heat. 83 points, but was it an absolute farce? We'll get to that next.
Kravitz was up here, and I came up here.
It was the woman that helped us yesterday. Don't remember her name. Yeah, Celt. But she helped me. So I got a text from Chris. I guess you don't sound right. I don't. Yeah. Did you listen to it yourself?
No, I was driving close to
Yeah, we should probably listen to it. What do I sound like?
I don't know. I just have everyone telling me you don't sound right, and I have no idea what
Well, that's not
the
good.
issue is. Aaron, what can you explain what it sounds like to you?
Is Aaron there?
What? All right. Let's not. Let's just make it through. Can you put your headset back on? Can you put your headset back on? I think part of the problem,
Hello, hello.
your mic is pointed down. You need to point it towards your mouth.
Hello.
Take it down a little bit. I think that could help. Because Chris said that I sounded fine.
Where's the
You
other?
sounded far
Do we have
away.
another headset?
You want to use this one?
Yeah, why don't you give me another headset just in case?
Okay.
Is Aaron there? Where's Aaron? He can't hear us?
Maybe he doesn't know to put in preview.
Call Aaron and tell him to, he needs to be on with us right now.
No.
Well, yeah, we need to communicate. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Maybe basket. He didn't say what I sounded.
Got a couple of texts saying that Chris said it sounded like you were far away. Somebody said it sounds like we're in an airplane hangar. Okay. Hey, do we sound good? I'm getting texts from Chris and from listeners that say that we sound like shit.
Can he hear us? I think he needs to go back.
Aaron. Aaron, we can't hear you if you're trying to talk to us. All right, just go.
Kravitz, you want to?
Check.
Hello.
Okay, that was you. Okay.
Hello. Can we?
What? Yeah.
Can we text somebody to make sure?
She's gonna get in touch with Kyle because I guess he's at the office.
Yeah, tell Kyle to listen to us. Yeah, Kyle could probably go over there and do something. Is Aaron there? What? Okay. Cool.
Let's see what we sound like. Oh God, we sound terrible. Both of us.
We both sound bad, right?
Yeah. All right. Step 1.